Hey, it's Coach Dawn here in Myrtle Beach. It's a little chilly out here today. It's been a little rainy. I think it's going to clear up, but I wanted to come on and just share some training tips with you. Last week I shared some strength work that you could do, some squats and some push-ups and such, and so hopefully you are doing those things. You're going to set your timer for 10 minutes and then try to do as many sets as you could. So if you were participating in that, let me know. Wanted you to try to get in 3 times a week. Try to do that, so let me know how that went if you want to post here or if you want to send me a message. But today what I wanted to talk about was just some things that we do with our training teams. So we have about 6 weeks or so before the Myrtle Beach Marathon weekend, March 6th. There's a 5K, a half, and a full, and we have training groups for all those distances. And the full marathon group, we've been working together with them since right after Thanksgiving, and they have been slowly progressing up their runs. And so what I really wanted to talk about today was the long run. And when people are training for a marathon, whether it's their first one, whether it's their 20th or whatever, they think about how long should my long run be. And you don't really necessarily need to think about it in terms of miles. We think about it more in terms of time. And there comes a point where, if you're out there for so long, you're not going to gain any benefits from that run, and it actually could hinder your recovery, because let's say if you're it's going to take you like 4 or 5 hours to do the marathon, which is a typical time. You're not going to need to do 4 and 5 hour runs. You don't have to get to 20 and 22 mile runs. And so what we do here at Black Dog to try to help simulate those late race legs is we do back-to-back long runs. So last weekend, the full marathon group, they had a 3-hour run. All of our long runs here are based on time, just because we have so many different paces, and we don't want people out and about, so that's why they're based on time. And so we all start together. They had 3 hours, and they were supposed to do all easy pace, and so they were out there. Some of them got up to 16 or 17 miles. Some of them got to 10 to 13 miles. But what they all got was time on their legs. So for 3 hours, they were out there running easy pace. And then they got up on Sunday and they ran for 2 hours. So that was their first really long back-to-back run. So some of them commented, that 2-hour run, that was a little more difficult, but it was supposed to be, because it's simulating running on tired legs. Because when you get in a marathon, I've run 21 marathons, and I could tell you exactly pretty much what's going to happen during your marathon, but there's still, or what I think is going to happen, but there's still going to be different things that do happen. So you just have to be prepared. And so that's what we try to do here, is we try to train your legs so that they do learn how to run when they're tired. And so that's why we do the back-to-back long runs. Now this week they are going to run 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then they're gonna, can't remember what they have Sunday, maybe an hour. But then the next weekend, they're gonna do 3 hours and 15 minutes. And then I believe their run is 2 hours, 2 hours again on Sunday, maybe 2:30. I can't remember, something like that. But we actually will do 3 of those longer back-to-back long runs. So that is my recommendation. I've trained many marathoners. I've trained some people that have taken over 6 hours to do marathons, and none of their long runs were more than 3 to 3.5 hours. But what we did was we added in that back-to-back long run, and that helped to simulate the late race fatigue. So if you're just a little confused about what to do, you do not have to get in 20 or 22 miles. Most of my marathoners, they do not do 20 or 22. it's going to decrease your time for recovery. You're going to need more time to recover if you try to push and get to that 20 or 22. Instead, think of it as time. So build up your time and then do a 3-hour, 3:15 or 3:30, and then the next day turn around and do another long run. So that is my training tip for you today. If you have more questions on that, you can send me an email, dawn@blackdogrunning.com. You can comment here on this Facebook, on this post here, this video, and I'll be happy to discuss with you more. And if there's any of my training team members that have trained under me with marathon and using this method of these back-to-back long runs, if you want to comment, just so people know, hey, it does work, because not a lot of things, some things in running, they don't really make sense here, but they make more sense once you actually do them. So I'm going to go back inside because it is chilly out here, and at least it's not raining right now. I think it's maybe stopped raining for the day. But this is Coach Dawn with your weekly training tips. If you have questions about anything or you want me to talk about anything in particular, just send me a message. And I do appreciate all of you watching and tuning in. And I didn't say, I see that Kevin, Nancy, Akemi, and Lacey are watching, so appreciate that. And we will see you tonight at 6 p.m. We have our weekly run group, and then Sunday at 7 a.m. So everyone have a good afternoon, and I'm going to go in and actually have some hot chocolate going. So I'm going to go enjoy that and try to warm up some. See you soon.